Neustadt an der Aisch is a small town of around 12,000 in the northern part of Bavaria, within the Franconian administrative region Middle Franconia. It is the district town of the district Neustadt Bad Windsheim. History. In 741, for the first time, Riedfeld, the town's root settlement, was documented as the German king's court. However, it lasted until 1285, when the town's name is documented for the first time as Nivenstadt. At the end of the 12th century, Neustadt became part of the sovereign territory of the Burgraves of Nuremberg, the dynasty of the Hohenzollern. The House of the Hohenzollern developed Neustadt into an economical, political and also cultural center of its region, mainly because of its favorable geographical position in the middle of the main trade route between Würzburg and Nuremberg. At the end of the 15th century, Margrave Albrecht Achilles and Kurfürsten Anna completed Neustadt as a stronghold. In 1553, in the Second Margrave War, the town was burned down. Afterwards, the long-lasting phase of construction and extension began. This phase ended with the subversions of the 30 Years' War. The rebuilding lasted several hundred of years. From 1791 through to 1806, Neustadt was part of the sovereign territory of Prussia, then was military governed by the French, and in 1810 became finally part of the Kingdom of Bavaria. The political importance of Neustadt faded thereafter, but trade and industry kept stimulated due to the deployment of a garrison of the Uhlans, and in 1865, due to the opening of its station on the Nuremberg-Würzburg Railway. In 1934, the town was the scene of an organized boycott against all Jewish merchants, and violence broke out against Christian Germans who patronized stores owned by Jews. Ultimately, all of the Jews of Neustadt were expelled, many relocating to Nuremberg, and the Jewish synagogue was razed to the ground. During the 20th century, traditional handicrafts almost completely vanished. With the resettlement of expellees from Sudetenland, new handicraft industries were imported. Construction of musical instruments and the textile industry flourished. From 1969 through to 1980, in total 16 Ortsteile were incorporated. In the course of a district reform, Neustadt became capital of the newly formed district Neustadt Bad Windsheim. In the 1980s and 1990s, the infrastructure was embellished on a grand scale. A beltway was built, and a pedestrian area around the marketplace was established. The cultural program was extended, and the old town was rehabilitated. New residential zones and business parks could be established. Subdivisions: Birkenfeld, Diebach, Eggensee, Herniuses, Kleinelbach, Obernesselbach, Unterschweinig, Oberschweinig, Schauheim, Skellert, and Nesselbach. Notable people. Born in Neustadt, Elias Levater, translator, humanist, Hebrew grammarian, Yiddish writer. Johannes Graumann, Protestant reformer and poet of chants. Lazarus Nürnberger, merchant, in cooperation with Jacob and Hans Kromberger, founder of the Deutschen Amerika Handel. Johann Matzel, master builder of several castles in Ernestinian principalities of Saxony-Anhalt and Thuringia. In the principalities Schwarzburg, Sondershausen and Arnstadt, in Schlitz and in Tann, builder of the residence of Goethe in Weimar, of the Friedenskirche in Jena and the Kreuzkirche in Eisenach. Adolf Scherzer, composer of the Bavarian Defile March. Dr. Werner Dollinger, German politician, member of the Bundestag, Treasury Secretary, Minister of Postal Services and Telecommunication, Minister of Transport. Armin Schwarz, German rally driver. Drachenlord, YouTuber. Honorary citizens: Georg Vogel, Mayor 1898 to 1912, delegate of the Bavarian Parliament since 14 April 1909. Paul von Hindenburg, President of the German Reich since the 30th of March 1933. Andreas Schildknecht, Mayor 1913 to 1917, since the 25th of August 1936. Leonhard Bankel, Mayor 1921 to 1945 and 1948 to 1960, since the 19th of April 1951. Dr. Med. Max Dollner, Oberregierungsrat und Obermedizinalrat, documentarist of his country, since the 26th of March 1954. Georg Sells, contractor, honorary citizen via the incorporation of the district of Birkenfeld, since the 27th of November 1965. Dr. Werner Dollinger, German politician, since the 10th of October 1978. Dr. Wolfgang Muck, historian, Mayor 1990 to 2002, since the 10th of October 2009. People otherwise associated with Neustadt and Aisch: Albrecht Achilles, Margret and Caspellona, Protestant reformer in Ho. Peter Kolb, teacher and ethnologist. Jean Paul, author. Deccan Friedrich Bauer, member of the Frankfurt Parliament, delegate of the Bavarian Parliament. Hans W. Geisendorfer, film director, author and producer. Professor. Dr. Guido Knopp, historian, author and journalist. Lissy Groner, German politician, MDEP. Melanie Jane Hiltrud Bainter, German-American student and cultural diversity treasurer at Kettering College. Town twinning.